I was just waiting for a customer at my sushi house as usual. When a customer finally came, he ordered the salmon nigiri, our restaurant specialty. His order came nearly 5 minutes after he placed it, but he still complained about the time. He took one bite and then he said,
"This is the worst sushi I have ever tasted. I will never come back here again."
Then I cleaned it up and went back to waiting. That same night, one of my employees accidentally cut off around 2 inches of his skin while putting down a knife. "Help me! Call an ambulance! I'm bleeding heavily!" he said. Then he was rushed to the hospital. The doctor said he won't be able to work for at least 2 weeks due to his injury, but he'll mostly be fine apart from a scar. The next day, a family of 3 ordered 2 plates of California rolls. I took their order and then made some sushi rice. I mixed equal parts rice and water in a saucepan to make it more tender once the water was absorbed. Then I mixed the rice vinegar, salt, oil, and sugar in a separate saucepan. Once it dried, I mixed it in with the rice mixture. I also added some meat after it settled down so it became more flavorful. Then I came back to the family of 3 and served their order using the freshly made sushi rice. It looked like they loved the sushi. When they finished, they had practically licked the plate clean. It was unusual to say the least, but I thought it was just because of the fresh sushi rice. Then I came back to their table to pick up dishes and get their review.
"This was one of the best sushi we have ever had,"
said the father. "Thank you," I said. A few hours after they left, a couple who looked to be in their early 20s came in and both ordered their futomaki, or fat-rolled sushi. When I served their sushi, I was shocked to see that they had finished it in only about 3 minutes. There wasn't even a single grain of rice remaining, compared to the usual half an entire plate missing.
"We enjoyed every bite,"
they said. I was really shocked but happy at the same time because people really seemed to enjoy my sushi. After that, more and more people wanted to try our sushi, compared to the previous days when people hated it and there were only a few customers every day. I thought nothing of it at first. I assumed that since it was one of the hottest times in summer, people just want more calm comfort foods, like sushi after a hot work day. After those positive reviews, our sushi house got viral in my town for being a place where people could enjoy comfort food at a reasonable price. After a while of my sushi house going viral and living through attention, the magic slowly began to wear off, and people who once lined up for hours outside my doors started to lose interest. At first, I didn't know why, but then I realized that fateful night when my employee accidentally sliced off some of his skin, some of the skin blended in with the meat we used in sushi rice, and that was the reason why people loved that batch so much, and why the new batch of sushi rice wasn't that good anymore. After realizing what had happened, I felt extremely concerned, followed by an overwhelming sense of guilt. I couldn't believe that I had unknowingly fed people human meat. But then I realized how much profit it got me. My business more than quintupled its growth in 3 days, and customers loved every single bit of my sushi. I knew it was wrong of me to do it, but did it stop me? No, and I didn't want it to. I knew I had to get more. At first, I only started by collecting bodies from a dumpster, from fights. Anywhere I could get fresh meat, really. People started loving my sushi again. They would line up for hours just to get a taste. Then there wasn't enough for the customers. With high profit came high demand, so I knew I needed to get murderous. I only started by killing a few people, just enough to get people to line up for hours on end every day. Only killing people who did wrong or were very rude to me or other people. At first I was mortified, but then I started to get used to it. "No! Please! Don't shoot! I'm so—" one said, followed by a loud bang sound. After a while of doing that, I started to expand branches of my sushi house all around my city. My profit skyrocketed, and it became viral on social media platforms. More and more missing person papers were spreading across my town. People might start to notice. I knew I had to go further away. Then, one normal afternoon, I was met with 2 police officers at the front counter.
"Do you know any information about the missing people in your town?"
said one of them.
"Maybe you found anything suspicious at night. We know your restaurant's really popular right now,"
said the other. "No, officer. I haven't seen anything at closing time," I said.
Okay, thank you for your time.
One of them said. The next day, I scouted for targets while my top employee covered for me. When I returned with more meat, 2 dead bodies to be exact, the sushi rice was all out. I knew I needed to make more, but I was afraid I might get caught slicing the dead body because my employee was right next to me, so I had to improvise an excuse. Why don't you take a break? You've been working 2 jobs at once for so long after all, I said. Are you sure you don't need any help? He said. Yes, it's fine. Just go outside for a little bit, I said. I had bought myself a little time, but I knew I had to hurry. The process was a little rushed. I forgot to let the rice dry first, so it ended up being mushy. A few hours later, a customer came in and ordered tekamaki or tuna roll. When I served his order and he ate it, he said it tasted disgusting on social media, hurting my profits. I knew what I had to do. I waited until he was in a dark alleyway. I was lucky that he didn't use a car. Put your hands up, I said while holding my gun. What do you want from me? He said. Delete your bad review right now. It hurts my business, I said angrily. I knew I was losing my mind. Okay, just please don't shoot, he said. Right after he deleted the review, I shot him dead. I knew 2 bodies wasn't enough to last a whole week. After that, I lost my mind. I started killing at night, left and right. I didn't care if I got caught. All I cared about was the profits. Even people from other countries came to my sushi house. I didn't feel a single ounce of guilt in my body. It felt amazing to kill people who wronged me after all. One night, while I was killing, I was finally caught by someone in the act. He was just checking on me to congratulate me for being so popular. It was my friend. My best friend. I didn't know what to do. My bloodlust made me not recognize him. All I knew at that moment was that the person who caught me was standing there defenseless, while I had a knife. I began chasing him, not knowing he was my friend. He tried to run. There was screaming, the sound of footsteps, and then a stab to his leg, then to his hand. But one word made me stop. Please, he said. Then I snapped out of it. I forgot all about the profits, about my restaurant. All I remembered was the memories we made, the fun we had. I took the knife out of his hand, and I rushed him to the hospital. He threatened to sue me for damages. I agreed. I knew my fate was sealed. Before I knew it, it was trial day. I knew what I was going to say. I got dressed in my most formal clothes and drove to the courthouse. I entered the courthouse and sat down. The prosecution spoke first. Hello everyone, I will be the prosecutor for this case. So, Mr. Tom, the evidence states that on August 13, 1997, you stabbed your friend once on the foot and twice on the hands in order to keep your secret of you killing 13 innocent people for your sushi restaurant, the prosecutor said. Yes, I did. I plead guilty, I said, knowing full well what I had done. For the crime of mass homicide, attempted murder, and feeding customers human meat without consent, I sentence you to life without parole in prison, said the judge. I know who I had become. I know what I did wrong, and I know I deserve this outcome. It became more tender once the prosecutor? He posted about it on social media. He threatened to sue me for... Threatened? I didn't know what to do. My blood loss... Blood loss? I know how I had gone insane. In August 19, 1337,